All right.
See how much slower
We here.
Bush was to our ghost truck. This is going to be the pace.
We here, motherfuckers.
They ran about 21:40, and we're going to see.
We're late, but we're here.
What the pace ended up.
The only reason I'm even able to stream this race, I'm like, this is like the one rain delay I'm like thankful for. I wish it kind of stuck out a little bit longer, honestly, so I could like watch, like, cause I don't even know what I missed so far.
Yeah, it's like obviously the ghost truck was lap 2, and the painted truck was the most recent lap.
But apparently they started this race under damp conditions, and the track does look a little damp, but they're good. They're good to
We'll
go.
see that again. We'll have a good gauge on how much these slicks are going to fall off after we restart and run 20 or 30 laps. When we come to pit road, these will be non-competitive stops. They're just going to change out the tires. Everybody must do.
Oh, these are non-competitive stops. I don't like non-competitive stops, but this actually makes sense. It's literally just so they can put the slick tires on.
What do you think about
Like, this is like the one like non-competitive pit stop that I actually agree with, because this makes sense. If you're gonna mandatory make them change their tires, then yeah, I get it.
To do work to make their normal adjustments. Just can't gain a spot on pit road, so you will exit where.
That's like the one time that I agree with uncompetitive pit stops.
NASCAR had to let them know, so they don't go flying over the wall like, come on, we gotta nail this stop. Everybody's in the same boat here. They can take their time.
We're hearing some of the crew chiefs, some of the teams are asking our pit reporters what it's going to be. Are these going to be live pit stops or controlled pit stops? You know, you just got to double check and make sure you got all your facts right before you go flying into action. There you see Memphis Villarreal. He's going to stay on the track and get the free pass. Unless those trucks are a lap down, they'll have to pit next time by. Even though these are controlled pit stops, you can still speed and get busted for speeding out there.
All right, well that's kind of dumb.
All right, Heather. And Corey Hine comes in from that second position, and you just mentioned it, Phil. A lot of teams were asking me, hey, can we put fuel on this? Is this going to be a live pit stop? What are we doing? So the 11 team here, they opted to practice, kind of get in the rhythm, but he said he's thinking that it's going to get a little bit tighter as they go on. So they're going to.
All right, so I got an ounce of wheat. This is not the ounce. This is just the last little bit left over that I had. So we're gonna scale out all the wheat that I have. That's 4 grams. Where's my wheat? There's my wheat. And then here it is. 32 grams. Hell yeah.
Other than that, it was business as usual. Interesting. No changes for Christian Eckes or Kyle Busch. Pretty happy with their trucks. Now they'll see what they really have with the slicks.
The big changes. The 4 tires.
Yeah, that's all we need right now.
Just make sure this is going to be okay.
All right, 13 to go in stage number 1. We'll be back for the restart.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now, there's Sky Rizzy. Things are getting
Clearer.
I feel free to bear my skin. It's on me. Nothing let me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin. That's my new plan. Achieve clearer skin with Sky Rizzy. 3 out of 4 people achieve.
Why was I just singing along to the commercial jingle?
In another study, most people had 90% clearer skin even at 4 years. And Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Now's the time to ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
There's a new breed of hornet sweeping the nation.
They're so powerful and fast and unlike anything I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
These hornets are not natural. They're engineered. They cannot be domesticated.
Are you picking this up?
Let me feel your sting!
Taking the country by swarm. The all-new Dodge Hornet.
This small thing is the next big thing.
When I make it go, wow.
The all-new Dexcom G7 for all types of diabetes.
All right.
It shows your glucose, predicts where it's headed, and tracks your success. Just like that. Not magic.
I'm a roll
Just
blunt.
feels like it. Dexcom. Powerful, simple diabetes management.
Next on Behind the Series.
Let me tell you about the greatest roster ever assembled.
The monster, the outlaw. You can't forget about the boss.
Sometimes you just want to eat your heroes.
The Subway Series, the greatest menu of all time.
These caramel cold brew M&Ms are like M&Ms with a coffee shop vibe.
Maybe too much of a coffee shop vibe.
This next one is about the importance of friendship, so I'm gonna maintain eye contact while I sing it.
Oh boy.
Welcome back to Craftsman Truck Series Racing from Martinsville. Easy for me to say. It's been a long day, but we're excited. Racing's happening. Pit stops are complete. And the 20, Brad Perez, we'll call him that, to the back for pitting twice. So unfortunate for him there.
Yeah, he had a nice start to this race. Drove up 9 spots, making some ground, but unfortunately now he's going to be restarting from the rear. Stayed on the lead lap, though. That was a great job by Brad. Very critical.
How about Kyle Busch? The race leader right now has led 35 laps tonight. Under this caution, Kyle Busch has passed Johnny Sauter to become the all-time lap leader here at Martinsville in the Truck Series. He's led 626 laps and counting.
Just add another thing to his resume.
Every time he's in the truck.
Let's choose it up, y'all. What do you say? Think Kyle goes to the bottom? We got to go the inside, don't we? Yeah. Corey Haim's going to take the outside. Everybody's pretty much following suit. They are. Yeah. It's interesting. One inside, then one outside. Inside, outside. Matt Crafton mixed it up. He's going to give up a row to move to the inside. Saw right behind him. Jake Garcia went with Matt. He gave up 2 rows. He could have jumped up on the outside.
Adding a lap here before we get back to green.
Come back to 1 to go. Get this field all set. Hop on board with Ty Majeski and watch from his driver's eye cam. I just think that's pretty cool.
If you're just joining us here on FS1, we started this race, made a little bit of history with wet weather tires. We raced hard for 27 laps with no cautions, no incidents. And we just had a competition caution. They came in and put the slicks on, so we're ready to see what they have here. Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series is on.
So the best lap in this race so far is 21.417. I expect that we see that go up. Or that's not the fastest lap. That's the leader's fastest lap. That might be probably is the fastest lap, but I do expect to see that go down because of back to slick tires.
Bobby Labonte, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Bobby!
With Mike Joy and Clint Boyer as well on Sunday. So, Bobby, good to have you. But we're about to go green. Let's go.
All right.
Kyle Busch, Corey Haim on the front row. On slicks for the first time this evening. Green flag is in the air.
Great start by Corey Haim on the outside there. He goes down into turn 1. Deep into the corner. Had the advantage of Kyle Busch. Can he keep it? I think Kyle struggled a little bit shifting, it looked like. And Corey takes the lead. See Christian Eckes, the white number 19 on the outside. Right now, all these drivers on the outside are telling their spotters, let me know when I can move down.
These trucks are visibly faster on the slicks. And Rhodes got shuffled out on the outside, but he's coming back, trying to drop to the inside of the 38 of Zane Smith, who fell back quite a few spots on that first run.
Christian Eckes in that white 19, trying to grab that spot away from Zane on the outside. Corey Haim's driving away a bit from Kyle Busch. 20:45 for Corey Haim that lap. That's 1 second faster than the fastest lap that they ran on the rain tires.
And you heard Heather earlier talk about Corey Haim being demoralized with Kyle Busch checked out in practice. But look at him now. They got that truck hooked up.
First time that Corey Haim has led this season, and it won't be the last for that young man. He's a very talented young racer. Doing a nice job pacing this field.
Nice recovery by Zane Smith, too.
Yeah. He's been really strong since the restart. Now he's riding up onto the tailgate of Kyle Busch. Carson Hocevar around the outside. Pat Majeski, that's the Rockley Roofing number 25 of Matt DiBenedetto. Talked to him before the race started. Fast practices this afternoon.
Yeah, see now everybody's already put up faster lap. Literally everybody. Yeah, since the restart.
The 3 pass spots, so we'll probably get Ross back on the lead lap when the stage grid comes here in a couple laps.
Yeah, we're getting ready to give some points away and a checkered.
Battle for second. Zane Smith tries to push the issue with Kyle Busch.
Zane likes these slicks better than he did those rain tires, doesn't he?
Sure does. Corey Heim likes these slicks, too.
Final lap for stage number 1. Corey Heim with a really nice lead over Kyle Busch.
All right, so Corey Heim wins stage 1.
Second career stage win. Comes here at Martinsville.
That was impressive. Drive around Kyle Busch, drive away from Kyle Busch. And Zane Smith was fast as well, so.
Well, he was just part-time last year, but he's a 2-time winner of the Craftsman Truck Series already. Well, tonight, we win number 3.
Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to FS1. It's time for Martinsville.
These guys are ready to do battle.
A short track where everyone is
All right.
to the limit.
I'll be right back. I gotta go pee.
Begins Sunday at 2 Eastern on FS1.
Stop waiting in line at drive-thrus just to place an order. Use the Domino's app on Apple CarPlay instead. Domino's?
Yes.
And say goodbye to the drive-thru with every tap.
Okay, what should we get?
Ooh, pineapple! Mushroom! Pepperoni. Order carryout on the go using the Domino's app. Now on Apple CarPlay.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, May 24th, Fox.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total value on a 2023 Silverado with a turbo high-output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Applebee's. Get 5 boneless wings for $1 with any burger. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Love the way you look on your big day with Men's Warehouse. From your first look to your first kiss to all eyes on you. With countless styles fit to you and fit to your wedding. Men's Warehouse. Love the way you look.
Welcome back to the Craftsman Truck Series. Stage #1 is in the books. Nice stage win for Corey Heim there.
Statement stage win for Corey to drive around Kyle Busch and drive away from him.
And restart on the outside and grab that lead through 1 and 2.
That'll get your attention, especially from the outside, as you said, Phil.
Here's the top 10. James Suarez making his Truck
Ew.
Series debut with a 10th place finish.
Nice drive.
Where's all the fucking viewers?
Started all the way back in the 22nd position. Still working on pit road. There's a really wet spot.
Oh, they're really...
Fourth, airtight back where water is running.
it's coming from out.
So you got the Air Titans on pit road.
Between the racetrack and pit road, and there was a river running through there about an hour ago, Phil.
There was, for sure.
So they've got most of that obviously under control, but a little bit more work needed here on pit road. And this is interesting. This could be playing into some of these crew chiefs' strategy. I like it.
Well, I wouldn't just waste laps riding around. I'd stop the race if you're going to do that. That's my biggest pet peeve. Like, I do agree with counting caution laps, but I hate when they just ride around under caution. It's like if
Obviously, giving up track position on a little track like this is a tough decision to
the
make.
cleanup's going to take any longer than like 5 minutes, just stop the race.
We'll consider.
Yeah, we said the pit window is somewhere between 135 and 145 laps. Well, cautions will extend that. Obviously, we're going to get some caution laps after these teams are allowed to come to pit road. And then we know we're going to have several caution laps at the end of the second stage. So there's going to be probably another 12, 15 laps that they can count on no matter what for caution laps. So I like that option. That again, then if the truck isn't good and they need tires, they can always come back in and get more tires, but they have the option of trying to run it to the end.
How about that to try to stop the little river leakage? Dropped a sandbag inside the same.
Oh, that's what he was doing.
There's just a couple of places that are still draining a bit, and NASCAR wants to make sure with these big heavy trucks on slick tires coming to pit road that it's plenty safe for those crew members to hop over pit wall.
Yeah, 30 miles an hour doesn't sound like a fast pit road speed, but you don't want to get hit by a truck at 30 miles an hour.
Certainly. You can see the standing water there. Wonder if NASCAR would consider making this a controlled stop.
No, that'd be dumb.
I don't think that would be a bad idea.
No, I think that'd be a terrible idea.
Come down and don't lose your position.
The size of the storm we had for about an hour, the amount of water that covered this racetrack, the infield. It's amazing that we're racing right now, so I know a little bit of a delay here, but hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. It's been an eventful evening. Heather?
And we're just running the pit road here right behind us, but I do have Ben Rhodes crew chief Jared Prince, and obviously this race has started off a little bit wild for you guys, so what's the plan going forward for you in the 99?
Well, we're not sure yet. We're going to wait, see how long this yellow plays out, see if we can make enough fuel here, but I really don't plan on coming back now.
And how's the truck for Ben? What has he been saying over the radio to you so far?
The truck's pretty tight, so hopefully we can get through that a little bit here, let the tires heat up and get back at it.
Thanks, Jared.
Well, I think Jared, he heard you guys, or you're all thinking the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the tires didn't fall off at all in those 6 or 7 laps that they ran after we restarted with the slicks. So I think it's a great call. And again, it just opens the options up.
Well, we're going to be under a bit of a delay. Let's see what Corey Heim's thinking, Phil. What do you say?
I like it, yeah.
Hey, Corey Heim, Waltrip at the Fox crew. Do you copy?
I got you.
Well, that was impressive. I want to know, first of all, what were those rain tires like? You're the first person that's been on them that can tell us about it. How'd that feel?
It was honestly really a lot more good than I thought it would be. I thought we were going to be sliding around, but I think the concrete being around the corners really helped that. The shoulder wheels were damp, but it really didn't feel like a transition. It was really a big deal from the concrete to the asphalt.
What's up, Andy? How you doing tonight? I got off work at 10, so I missed the first like 35 laps of this race, but I would have missed the entire race if it wasn't for the rain delay. So I'm actually glad that there was a rain delay.
All right, bud. Thanks for your time. Have a good race. Seems like repair. Seems like
What's Zane Smith's crew chief saying, Jamie?
Well, Chris Lawson, we talked to him before the start of this race, went out on the rain tires. Zane fell back from that pole position several spots on those wet tires, but then once you went to the slicks, he was able to move back up in third right now. What changed for him in the truck?
Yeah, it's crazy how tight those rain tires are. No stagger and some other things, and not being able to make an adjustment. You kind of got what you got. So we were just really tight on those. And
not doing bad.
So we'll see.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, tonight was a busy ass night at work. Apparently, everyone just thinks Dairy Queen's the new fucking hangout spot. So I don't know what that's about.
Man, I don't know. I don't think you can make it from the stop. When we stop. So I think you're definitely gonna have to stop one more time, depending on caution laps. And we're on a green racetrack too, so tires. I think there's gonna be a little wear more than what we normally see here. So I think you're going to see more stops, but you never know.
Thank you. Thanks, Jamie. Well, it sounds like Chris Lawson's in favor of coming again, getting some fresh tires.
Again, I think the rain tires are so much softer. Michael pointed out all the rubber that had built up just in the amount of laps that we ran on the rain tires. So I think that's accelerating getting rubber on the racetrack more so than we would have if we would have started the race on slicks.
NASCAR seems to be finishing up their drying efforts of the pit road, so we hope we get to pit road soon to see these pit stops and how this strategy is going to play out.
Bro, if you're gonna do this, just stop the cars. Like, Jesus.
All the pit crews, they have their little
Don't
things.
waste
They've got the tape
laps.
out there, the sticky stuff, all different things that they like to use to hit their marks, so their driver can hit their marks. And tonight, obviously, it's a night.
Abu
race,
Dhabi's not
and there's
broadcasting
some
it, so it's
water
not it's
on
an
their pit
original
boxes, so it's
broadcast
interesting how
slot.
everybody kind of adapts as we go.
Not too surprising. Like, what's supposed to be on right now?
In the area.
So I know the race is supposed to be over by now.
Back to those rain tires. How does this play out? A lot going on here at Martinsville tonight. And
NHRA drag racing is supposed to be on, and then just after that it's a rerun of USFL. So not really a big deal.
Chastain in the 41, he is the free pass. All right.
Exit.
Pit stops underway. Heather, they're coming your way.
And as you see here, Grant Infinger coming in from the 15th position. His crew chief said, hey, we got to do something different than everyone else here because of our pit stall. And
Brad Perez got black flagged earlier. Yeah, I think that was before I started the
at the
stream.
end of the race. So they're going to do 4 Goodyear tires here and top it off.
Yeah, I think the race only started at like 9:55, but between like that 5 minutes, then like the 10 minutes it takes to get home, and then like another 3 minutes or so to set up the stream, I missed like 5 or 35 laps.
He's thinking we're going to stay green for a while and he can make up some ground.
Big adjustment for Nick Sanchez there.
And I like this strategy. Obviously, putting tires on. There's only 5 or 6 laps on those other tires, but they can also glue them back up and put it back on if they need to. But they've had plenty of tires to start to run this race. They had 4 sets of slicks to run this race, and the rain tires did not count against that quota.
Chase Purdy, Dean Thompson, another couple of drivers along with Haley Deegan, they all came to do, just because they started in the back, you know, let's do something different. If everybody else stays out, let's mix it up.
I really thought we would see more of the trucks come in, at least top off like we were talking about, to open up the possibilities.
Hoping MRN broadcasted? Yeah, that doesn't make sense why they're not.
It would be stretching it, but again,
Maybe
we know
PRN?
we can count on at least 7 to 8 to 9 caution laps during the end of the second stage.
Raja Karuf on pit road and a couple other trucks as well. Little mixed strategy here. So Christian Eckes, he's been pretty strong in these opening laps, and what a season it's been for this young man. Battle of 2 seasons right here. You see Daytona out with a bang, and then he gets a win, the first win for this team this year at Atlanta, but the last 3 haven't been so good.
Yeah, remember in Texas, he was running in the top 5 on the last lap, got caught up in that wreck. Nick Sanchez was leading wreck, so that was another great run for Christian Eckes, just didn't get the finish.
Boy, it sure does feel good to have that win in his pocket, though, doesn't it? After the problems he's had lately. And now riding in the top 5 at number 19. Gates Hydraulics. Talked to Bill McAnally, owner of this team today. He said they've been with us since 1998. That's 25 years of sponsorship for Bill McAnally on Gate Racing.
And Bill's known to have long relationships. What is it, 33 years with Napa?
That's right.
Well, they've all got to be thrilled with Christian Eckes.
Reeling off 3 top 10s in his first 5
Okay.
races.
I don't know what just happened there,
Spirit and his
but my
attitude.
stream just lagged.
Conversely, that truck's bright red and blank. He doesn't have a sponsor on his. And Bill said, could you tell the world, Mike, we need some help over here.
Jay Garcia, he's been one to watch every single week. I'm looking right now at the 13th, and you're right, Michael. There goes that bright red truck. We need to get a sponsor on him.
Well, we'll line up and do it again.
Him are on his main broadcast for audio, and it's not normal broadcast hours, so no live feed. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, because I thought MRN had to do it, like, no matter what. Yeah, I've literally heard MRN calls from races that end at, like, 1 a.m.
Great run early for Tanner Gray in that 15 Toyota Tricon Garage. Tricon trucks up there in the top 4 right now. The Corey Heim. Yeah, Corey Heim and Tanner Gray.
Tanner Gray turning 24 tomorrow. Might end this race about midnight. It could be his birthday.
Wouldn't that be a great place to celebrate your birthday? About 12 hours.
I don't know if this race will end after midnight. I kind of doubt it.
Kicking it with your grandfather.
That'd have to be
I always love those photos.
a lot of cautions.
Didn't you help?
But then again, there are a lot of cautions.
The clock when they delivered it when he had Michael.
We lived in the same apartment complex, and so I saw you needed a little bit of help, and I helped him carry it in to his. I was over a pizza shop. Bubba
Was he on the ground level or?
He was one up.
You had to take it up the stairs.
We had our work cut out for us. Great memories. That's what I talk all the time about these truck drivers. You know, Bubba comes to the truck series, you get to know them, and you get to follow them all the way to being winners in Cup.
Running one more lap here before we go green. Checking windshields. Looking for raindrops, perhaps.
Is it raining?
Not. But he talked about getting
It's
to know
raining.
these youngsters when they come up through the ranks, and then we get to do the Arc of an Art series. Same thing. You get to know, William Swallich and Connor Jones and Ty Gibbs and these drivers that start there, and you realize the talent then, and you see how quickly they progress and move up.
And remember the great
Bring us
season.
down pit road this time. Take you past start and finish line. Stay dubbed up.
You hear that?
Didn't want to hear it.
No, a little bit too much precipitation on the racetrack now.
They're going to stop the trucks.
It's getting good.
Let's put your rain tires back on.
There you go.
And turn the lights back on and go again.
Yeah, we have that ability. We proved it.
It is an option.
I don't think it's going to be a long rain shower.
He said that it was the 3rd level, not the 2nd one. I knew it was a lot of work.
You were delirious by the time you got upstairs anyway.
I think Bubba questioned how much help I was anyway.
See the raindrops coming there as they bring them down pit road. We're 67 laps into a 200-lap race, so we are not at the halfway point yet. So hopefully this rain shower will be quick and move out of here, and we can get back to racing.
That was that stray shower I was talking about on my radar, and it hit us.
What do they say? April showers bring May flowers?
Yes.
But not when it's NASCAR time.
We don't need them yet.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend, though. Get to see a triple header here at Martinsville.
All right, so they're stopping them.
Tracks on the circuit.
The Xfinity Series coming up tomorrow. Adam Alexander and company will be calling that.
They're going to call the red flag.
The Cup race, and like you said, Michael.
Hopefully Kyle wins. Hopefully we can go back racing.
Here at the booth with us will help call the action on Sunday.
He knows a little bit about the success of Martinsville.
I think so too.
A lot more than me and you do.
For sure. When you were talking about, on rain tires, you need to miss the line. He didn't miss the line.
No, not one time. This is interesting. I thought they might just send them to their stalls and remount those.
Why are they stopping if they have rain tires? You're asking the good questions here, my man. You're asking the really good questions.
Stopped over there and pit out between turns 1 and 2 as the red flag is out. Waiting to see what happens next.
Yeah, they literally have MRN right now. I just heard it on the loudspeaker. They have an MRN, so I don't know why you couldn't find it.
24 laps, and Zane Smith was the pole sitter. He led 5 laps before falling back just a bit.
So far, it looks like the drivers are staying in the trucks.
It usually means NASCAR let them know that this should be quick.
All right, so maybe it will end after midnight. I'm just hoping that it ends, that we get a full racing tonight. I don't even care if it gets rain. I don't want it to be, but I just don't want to miss the race tomorrow. Because I work 8 to 4, so I'd assume they would probably resume it at like noon.
Now, NASCAR said that we would not race in the rain, that we would race in damp conditions. So as soon as the rain stops.
Oh, that's why. That's why. That's why they stopped them.
Then that's when the decision will be made. The teams have 3 sets of wet weather tires, so they'll decide then. NASCAR will dictate what these teams do.
Oh, NASCAR Discord channel? Is it live? I think you can go on the MRN website, though.
Well, as we wait for this quick shower to pass, we'll step aside. Stay with us here from Martinsville.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner then?
Wait, how did that get out here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
If it's in the yard, then it's for sale.
Here we go.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
You guys, meet Ahmed, our new interpreter. Don't turn out to be a pain.
Not me, sir.
Did my boys win tonight?
That man saved my life.
John, you're going home.
And now I have to go save his.
Yes, they did. Did the Rays win tonight?
From the Taliban.
If you can find him, we'll airlift you out.
No, the Rays lost their first game of the year. The Rays lost their first game of the year against the Blue Jays. They are now 13-1.
Meat bacon, the fun one. Crispy chicken, the silly one. Cheddar, the cozy one. And then the new sauce drizzles in like, what's up, loaded fries? Arby's, we have the meat.
These caramel cold brew M&Ms are like M&Ms with a coffee shop vibe.
Maybe too much of a coffee shop vibe.
This next one is about the importance of friendship, so I'm gonna maintain eye contact while I sing it.
Oh boy.
Right now at Ashley, get 0% interest for 60 months on select best-selling mattresses. And visit your local Ashley store to experience our test rest and learn about savings options.
Rays back to boring. That's, well, it's one loss. So.
Or Ashley.com for better sleep and savings today.
When it comes to the love of Sargento real natural cheese, we all belong together.
Sargento, we're real cheese people.
I'm gonna give you his resume.
Your mom has made it her job to find you any job.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do.
When your resume is on Indeed, you get matched with jobs that fit your requirements.
Where do you get your persistence from?
You see it there, a few raindrops still falling. That one shower hit us just enough to have to bring trucks down pit road, bring out the red flag. So we continue to wait. And hey, sports all weekend long. Tomorrow, pro football is back at the USFL as it kicks off. The season opener begins with the Philadelphia battling Memphis. Then in prime time, New Jersey takes on Birmingham. USFL season kicks off at 4:30 Eastern on Fox. Been talking about it for a couple of months, and it's here. USFL tomorrow. But the Stallions were strong last year. Oh, Raja Karub, nice spiral.
How about that?
And a kickflip.
Little wide receiver action there for Daniel Dye. Kick save and a beauty. Yeah, that's a different sport, but good thought.
He's like, hey, I think he thought about throwing it into the stands.
Rays back to under 500. They are way over 500. I can guarantee that.
Raja were making some pretty tight passes.
But hey, the Red Sox gained a game on them tonight. That's good.
These drivers and teams have been here.
I mean, not that that really means much, but
got the practice and
could.
qualifying in earlier, so
Yeah,
that's good.
You want to try to dial up Tanner Gray, see if he's still hooked up to his radio.
Hopefully Dye
Maybe he's
doesn't
still
kick
in
a
the truck.
dick
Let's see if we
tonight.
can,
I think he's past that stage of his life.
And the Fox gang up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, great run early on here for that truck, man. The thing looked really good on rain tires as well as dry. So tell us the difference between the rain tires and the slicks.
Yeah, the rain tires just have less grip, right? So I think that was just a case of everybody trying to figure out what they could get away with. Everybody at Tricon Garage has done a great job bringing me up past JBL Toyota Tundra. So hopefully we can get back going here. I feel like we're pretty good. Probably seem to be a little bit better on the rain tires right there. So yeah.
Water running across track. I think they're just going to put the damp tires on and then we're going to go. Once this rain stops, which I think it's about to.
33 laps ago. Have you guys talked about maybe coming in and topping off and that way opening up the options to maybe stay out and not pit anymore?
No, we're just kind of playing it by ear right now. So just got to see how it all shakes out. Hopefully it works out in our favor.
All right, buddy, got a good run going. Finish it off.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
That's not something you hear every day. Yeah, I think we're a little bit better on the rain tires.
Yeah.
So not exactly where he wants to be, but pretty darn good. Good showing today. Heather.
And catching up now with the crew chief of the 11, Scott Zippadelli. So Scott, I heard you on the radio say, hey, let's just put those rain tires back on and let's go. What do you think's going to happen here?
I have no idea. We don't seem to know what we're doing like minute to minute right now. We're just hanging around, putting reins on, slicks on, what lap we're pitting. I think we're kind of just making it up as we go. So we'll see what they decide on. But yeah, I'm ready to go. We'll put another set of reins right here. We'll put them on our Safe Flight TRD Pro and go back out. Hopefully we win a race.
Let's talk about that 11 truck. He's been fast so far in this race. Do you guys think you have what it takes to hang on to it and get a win tonight?
Well, right now I feel like it's pretty good. He said he's a little bit tight, but going from the rain tires to the slicks, pretty happy with the bounce. Didn't throw us too big of a surprise, but you know when you race Kyle Busch, he's going to be good. Give him 1 or 2 pit stops, and we'll be racing him. I promise you there. And looks like Zane Smith's pretty good right behind us. So we'll see. We hope we can get some more laps in.
Jamie Howe? The crew chief on the top of the box for Kyle Busch is Brian Patty. You've been out over the wall. You talked to Kyle. You talked to the officials. Rain stopping now. What do you want to see happen?
Rain stopped.
Race, I go home. It's I don't know. I'm a little confused on what's going on, but the truck ran really well on the wets and didn't fire off so good on the dries, but it's going to come in.
Everyone just wants to go home.
Expect a 10-lap run to finish this race, but doing a good job. Obviously, guys are doing a great job on preparing.
Kyle Busch getting out of the truck though.
See what happens.
We saw on that restart, it looked like Kyle had a hard time shifting. You said it didn't fire off so well. What do you do to ensure that doesn't happen the next time?
I think he needs to learn how to shift them. We're just going through the motions here. We're trying to, obviously the lane I think was a little bit damp on the inside when we took it, so it didn't fire off as good, and the truck's just loaded up real nice and biting really hard right now, so lugging the motor, and that'll go away over time, so we'll see if we can get to the end of this thing.
The last time Kyle was behind the
front
wheel,
stretch has whole leaking wall. That's fun. That is just awesome.
You wanted him to come to make that pit stop.
I got work at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so this race,
who it is that makes the call to come to pit lane.
this race better just start and end soon.
Right? We win as team, lose as team. He's obviously great for our sport, great for our team. So I want to clock real bad. We're trying to get 100 for KBM, and that's our goal.
Thank you.
Brian Patty with a funny. Well, he just has to learn how to shift. And he can do that. These two have known each other for a long, long time. Kyle
Listening to Spotter and officials radio.
To step away from the Cup Series and come over here, be his crew chief on the 51 in the Truck Series. And you hear the frustration in the crew chiefs, but these guys like things measured out. They want to know exactly what's happening at all times. But the bottom line is you can't control Mother Nature. We're rolling with the flow, and NASCAR is doing an incredible job just allowing us to get to this point.
Yeah, we did not know that we were going to start on wet tires, probably 30 minutes before we did. So, again, I think they've done a great job here. Now, whether they make the decision to completely dry the track before we go back on the track, or put it in the same situation as it was when we started the race, that's something they have to weigh all the adjectives about it.
We've talked a lot about Christian Eck has had a good showing so far tonight, shown in the 5th spot, Jamie.
And so many different conditions that we've seen here at Martinsville today. It was so hot this afternoon, Christian, but there was a lot of grip that was put down on the racetrack. Then you started this race on the wet tires. How did it evolve once you were on the dries and the track started coming in?
Yeah, the track actually dried way faster than I thought it would. So that was cool to be a part of. But yeah, I want to get back racing here. I'm getting a little antsy. I hate pacing around and doing nothing. So I don't even care if we put the rain tires back on. Let's just go do something instead of sitting around. So our Gates hydraulic Chevrolet is really, really fast in the dry or the wet. So let's just go racing. I'm antsy. I gotta get going here.
Other than just the tires, what were the conditions like in the truck? Was it fogging up? Did you have any other issues because of the weather right now?
No, honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty dry. I felt like they could have dried in 10 or 15 minutes if they would have dried before we even got out there. But I guess this was a good opportunity to see if this worked, and I think it worked for the most part. So I just want to get back racing here.
Cool to be a part of, he said. But it's time to go, Jamie.
Yes, I like his attitude. Christian Eckes said, I don't care if we have to put those rain tires back on. Let's go. They do have another set or two of rain tires, so we could if we needed to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to get this. Well, we'll stay right here. We hope that you stick it out with us. 68 laps. We want to continue this thing tonight.
Imagine a scrapbook going 190 miles per hour. That's Darlington. NASCAR Throwback Weekend at Darlington Raceway. Get your tickets today at Darlington Raceway.
Real pro football is back with the USFL kickoff weekend. Tomorrow, the USFL returns to Memphis after 40 years. It's a special season opener the city will never forget. Then it's a primetime spectacular as Birmingham welcomes back the 2022 champs in a Saturday night kickoff. The USFL season kicks off tomorrow on Fox.
There's a thin line in the NASCAR Xfinity Series between winning and losing.
Everyone, yeah. I mean, it literally makes sense just to put on the wet tires. I just want to fucking.
Making history and being between the sweet taste of
I don't really care about going to bed. I just don't want to miss the race. Like, I want the race to end tonight. Or if they do restart it tomorrow, I want them to restart it after 4 p.m. But I doubt that would happen. So.
Craftsman is back.
I already missed the first 35 laps of this race. I don't want to miss the final however many.
Because teams can count on Craftsman tools.
133.
And now you can too. When you take advantage of the Craftsman deal of the race, you'll save on the tools that'll help you power through your projects. And this deal, well, it's going fast. So scan the QR code now to get the current deal of the race.
The deal of the race brought to you by Craftsman.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed. Watch dog.
Your workspace is ready. Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Damn it, what?
And you see the track dryers out there doing a nice job tonight. Hats off to all of them making it happen. And the good news is they are drying the track faster than the rain is coming down. So certainly haven't lost the track. We certainly could get back to racing here soon. But the big quandary now for NASCAR, do we put those tires right there, those rain tires back on and go back out and try it again? Or do we wait and dry it a little bit more and leave the slicks?
I think they're thinking now is to put the rain tires back on these trucks. And put them back out on
Just
the
go.
race.
Just go
Whether that's
fucking
just
racing.
an outright or whether we
Carson Hocevar.
throw the green
Just
flag and
waiting.
race like we did initially, I think that's yet to be determined.
I think they'll go back racing. It was such a
I do too.
successful race.
Easy to drive Martinsville to half mile.
Adventure there. And you know, Phil, we're only
I won't lie,
33
like,
laps
I don't
away.
really like the idea of the damp tires. But for this, I just want us to go back racing. I don't think the damp tires, like, I don't think wet weather racing is good racing. So I don't like it. Drivers told to get back in their trucks. There we go.
There's Jake Garcia. We've talked so much about the runs he's had this year. Very impressive. We're being told that NASCAR has told drivers back to your trucks. That's you too, Matt Crafton.
Yeah, get back.
Connor Jones.
These guys are talking about what's happening on the racetrack. Nick Sanchez
Talking about his feet right now, gas and brake.
And Phil, you know what a big part of this racetrack it is. It'll get a little bit loose when he gets on the brakes too hard.
Wait, so Andy, what time is it there for you? Are you 5 or 6 hours ahead of me right now? I always forget because of the time change.
Your brake and gas and how you use the gas to help you get down in the corner, the brakes to turn. A lot going on.
Matt Crafton, a two-time winner here at Martinsville. He's with Jamie.
Well, while the covers are now coming off of these trucks and drivers have been called back, there are still some unknowns for Matt Crafton. Once we did go back to the slick tires and he was able to kind of see what they had in the truck. They had a bunch of problems. He was explaining it to me that at the throttle, he was at full throttle, but it was just
I like the
not
rain. It's hard to drive in. I mean, yeah, that part makes it fun, but it's just like,
experiencing what it is that you're working
I'll be honest, I only like the rain racing on the road courses when it's literally fucking an all-out downpour. When it's like chaos. When like the fucking sky is pissing on the track. Not a little dribble, not a little leak at the end of the piss. I like a full-on piss on the track racing. And just chaos ensues.
We'll just keep working on it and see what happens. We'll be all right.
Shane,
Be all right.
Shane Wilson is crew chief over to the right, checking things out, trying to see if he can't do anything to it at this point, but he could definitely see if anything looks
like Coda 2021. That was fun.
I saw the graphic. There are 23 top 10 finishes for Matt here at Martinsville. That's more top 10s here at Martinsville than 26 of the drivers have top 10s in their career in the Truck Series.
Matt Crafton, 46 years old, from California, been doing this a long time. And here's another guy who's been doing this a long time. Look at Kyle Busch. Took a little break, and he's signed some autographs for some fans. How about the fans that have stuck it out all day long here?
And Kyle's just walking back, ready to jump in that truck to go racing again. He takes the time to sign autographs. That's pretty cool.
We're being told that NASCAR told them indeed stay on the slick, so they believe that they got a handle on the track.
It's really interesting when one lane stays dry and the other lane stays wet. I do like that it adds other dynamics to it. I just like, I don't think it provides like good racing.
He was not very good.
It isn't like IMSA where it actually, can provide good racing.
Pass at the end of the first stage, so he is back now on the lead lap. So you give those guys an opportunity to make some changes, and you know how good Ross is here at this racetrack, really any racetrack. So look for him to move forward.
Chastain will restart 27th. But as Phil mentioned, he is back on the lead lap, so see if he can make some hay here. All right, as they continue getting their drivers ready to go, we will fire them up again on the backside.
Historically, sauces are either sweet or spicy, but Arby's new King's Hawaiian Chicken Sandwich is both, because Arby's makes both history and sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
The future is here. We've been creating it for more than 100 years. From the most advanced technology to the broadest, most reliable network of sales and service dealers. We lead, others follow.
Real pro football is back with the USFL kickoff weekend. Tomorrow, the USFL returns to Memphis after 40 years. Then, in prime time, Birmingham welcomes home the 2022 USFL champs. The USFL season kicks off tomorrow on Fox.
The future is here. We've been creating it for more than 100 years. Putting the most advanced technology into people's hands. Generation after generation. Tool after tool. Again and again. Bringing you the broadest and most reliable network of service dealers. Always moving forward. We lead, others follow.
Hey, what are you doing right now? You up for something impetuous? I'm at Palm Springs Hotel. I got the desert air, sun-kissed pools, and shady
okay, they're saying trucks will remain on slicks. Tracks should be dry. That is interesting.
Is a fine idea. Maybe you heard of the Rat Pack. They hung out here all the time. So pack a bag, or don't. You could be here in a few hours. Meet me at hotels.com.
I think that's what they were trying for. Was just to, I think that's why they called the red flag. I don't think they wanted it to go on the damn tires.
NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
There's your front row right there. Corey Heim, Rowdy Kyle Busch, and their trucks ready to go, ready to fire them up with those slick tires. See that Darlington logo there? Will be there in just a few weeks, but they've got all hands on deck for track drying, and it's paying off. Hopefully we're going to get it all in tonight. Hey, it might be tomorrow, technically. I mean, by like
Before
just
we
past
leave the
midnight.
racetrack,
Yes,
before we leave the racetrack.
exactly. And that's what we definitely all want to see. Got more track activity tomorrow. We have practice and qualifying for the Cup Series, and then we have the Xfinity Series coming up. So hope you all join us. Look at the Mighty Mouse. I believe that's Matt Crafton's, right?
It is, yes. Had 88 on his chest.
These youngsters enjoying themselves.
Michael gave the racetrack a good look see. He thinks it's pretty dry right now.
That darn little stray shower popped up. We're down just enough to bring them back to pit road, but they are refired. 67 laps into this 200-mile race, 200-lap race, excuse me. Kyle Busch is your leader. Corey Heim, though, has been so strong. A couple of good restarts. Zane Smith, Tanner Gray, Christian Eckes, your top 5. What's this like, drivers, where you stop and start and stop and start? It's just been a long day.
I really never ate hardly before a race, but if we ever got a rain delay, I was immediately starting that. And I could eat then. I never had much of an appetite prior to a race, but if we stopped it for any reason or got in the car and then didn't go because it started raining or whatever, then I'll look for something to eat.
I felt just like him when he was saying, let's go. I want to go. I want to race. Christian Eckes was certainly honest with us about his feelings. Then Rose, I think this truck's going to be tough to beat at the end of the night.
Always good at this racetrack. Yeah, for sure.
Caitlin Vinci, they had an interview with Ben Rhodes when we were rained out the first time, and he was talking about that subject of eating, and he said, you know, I used to love to eat before I got in my truck, and then one time my stomach got so upset after eating and racing, and you can't go anywhere when you're in your truck, so I don't do that anymore. I refrain from snacking during these breaks.
Didn't he also complain about them not picking him as the winner tonight too? Didn't he complain?
Oh, he listens. Just when you think drivers don't pay attention, they do.
Said, I heard so-and-so pick Zane Smith. I heard that.
Ben Rhodes he's strong here. He's got a couple of runner-up finishes, but never sealed the deal and brought home that big clock.
We talk about that clock a lot, and it is a big
They're saying 20 minutes till rain hits.
That's a great
literally and figuratively, right?
Absolutely.
So we could get to lap 100, but we gotta fucking go now.
William Swalich's #1 truck there. He'll be in the Tricon Garage truck a handful of times this season. Running 5 trucks. Tricon has 5 trucks in the field.
All right, let's go. Lift the red flag.
In the field. Huge effort.
All right, there we go. Fucking thank you.
I mean, the #1 truck they want to run every week, but they don't have enough guys built for that extra truck every week, so it's all hands on deck.
Yeah, it is. They really do a great job. So competitive, both organizations.
Well, we appreciate it. They do a great job, obviously, marketing. They get those sponsors. They get good drivers in there, whether they're brand new starting out like William Sawalich, or you get
Casbrala was in the front truck.
Casbrala.
Well, the trucks are rolling. Carson Hocevar rolling off.
Hi, dog. I love you, doggy.
Carson Hocevar, Waltrip, and the Fox team. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
How you doing? How's your truck? How'd you like those rain tires? What do you expect for the rest of the day?
I don't know. I went backwards, so it was just definitely interesting. My rear got really hot. Just felt weird. It wasn't really raining or really wet. Honestly, it was really dry when we were out there, so those tires got really hot. But the boys got me a really fast Flex race Chevrolet, and hopefully these things supercharged to go a little bit further forward as we go. And ultimately, I just want a lot more laps. I feel like that's where I'm better, is when we get into a rhythm.
Yeah, once you put those slicks on, then things started to look up a bit. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I tried to run the top in, and just not as good as I would have thought, but no, it felt like I wasn't too bad hanging there and hanging tough. So once I'm in the preferred line, I feel like this thing's gonna be pretty good.
That's great. Appreciate your time, buddy. Have fun.
Yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying this, and we see the green flag a little bit more.
Thank
We
you,
don't
Carson.
do exactly.
We're enjoying ourselves up
Isn't
here.
it cool we can go down in the truck and talk to these guys and they're getting ready to go back to battle and they're just that kind and forthcoming with all the information?
Can't do it anywhere else.
That's right.
And as a fan, you can't get that close to athletes in other sports. Here we saw Kyle Busch in the middle of a race, was out for a break, walking back, signing autographs. I mean, you just don't see that anywhere else. So 2 to go here.
Oh, good. Let's go racing.
2 to go. Bring out that flag. Christian Eckes will be happy. Everybody's going to be happy. They want to see how this ends. So much time and
Track looks pretty dry. I mean,
here.
I kind of questioned it when they said that they were putting the slicks back on, or keeping the slicks on, but hey, they look good to go.
So the racetrack should be really, really good.
Annoying amount, Phil. Just enough to make us stop, but good thing is we're ready to go. All the track
happen here, brother.
Let's do it.
Riding on board with Daniel Dye, shopdanielDye.com, and Ty Majeski, Ford Performance, Driver's Eye camera. There it is. What's
Got this thing all teed up to go back. Green flag racing next time by.
and notice because they're back to slicks, they don't have the flashing lights that we saw when they had the rain tires on. So a little bit different. We've seen a little bit of everything tonight.
We have. I'm looking forward to seeing this restart. Me too. Saw what Corey Hunt did to get the lead. Now the roles are reversed. Kyle's on the outside, and Corey's down on the bottom. And there's really nobody better on our side.
Well, we are going to see more rain, but it's just a matter of when. Let's just enjoy it while it lasts.
See what Kyle has here on this restart. Nose to nose. Corey Heim, Kyle Busch. Green flag is in the air once again. Corey Heim with a great restart again. Leads the field out of turn 2.
Ray Smith
trying to take advantage of Kyle being hung on the outside to grab that second spot.
saw how fast Tanner Gray was early too. Can he squeeze in there? No, Kyle shuts the door. That bright orange truck up on the outside trying to squeeze down. That's Ben Rhodes. Christian Eckes says, no, not today, buddy. Good battle there.
Right now, Ben Rhodes telling his spotter, let me know when I can move down. Let me know when I'm clear.
Big Zane Smith is having he's going forward. Side-by-side battle continues. Eckes and Ben Rhodes for that fifth spot.
Yeah, look at Ty Majeski's view of that battle. Wow, look how tight confines are. They're right on the back tailgate of that Napa Auto Club pair number 19.
Quarterway, corner, door.
Zane Smith, side by side with Corey Heim, can't get it done out of 2.
Long move by Zane. Man, that truck likes those slicks, doesn't it?
It does.
Wonder if he made some adjustments on that one stop. We saw a little mixed bag. Some made big adjustments, some made no adjustments. Corey Heim trying to hold him up, but Zane really closes.
Ben Rhodes is still hung up on the outside on his restart, fighting with Majeski. I think Zane Smith in the 38 is a little faster than Corey Hunt right now, Phil.
I do too.
Hard to believe this is the first race this year that Corey Heim has led laps. 32 and counting.
The last lap, Corey Heim ran was his fastest lap of the race.
You can see Zane's just looking one little slip and he's going to be there. Last couple of laps, they both there he is on the back. They both run faster lap times than Kyle Busch. I like that little move there by Zane, trying to maybe widen out the entry, see if we can get a better angle off the corner. The drivers are always thinking, always moving around, trying to figure out a way to make that pass.
It's really challenging to pass a truck that's running a similar speed to you
without using your bumper.
Without using your bumper.
You know, we're going to see the bumpers being used. It just hasn't happened yet, but it's coming.
This is the tamest race I think I've ever seen at Martinsville through 78, 79 laps. Well, there's a little bit of a bumper shot to the back of Haley Deegan's truck.
Yeah, that could blow that left rear tire out. That looked like a lot of damage back there.
is officially the most laps led in a race for Corey Heim ever. So good night, good start to this race. Still holding off Zane Smith.
Thank you for all the likes.
But here comes
I appreciate it. Caution.
45 goes around Wallace Allen, and that'll bring out the caution. First caution this evening for contact.
You see a lot of damage done. Looks like there's some damage on the right front.
He's got quite a bit of damage down the right side. He was running 31st at the time.
He was battling with our onboard reporter, Daniel Dye. I watched him all the way down the back, and Daniel had a nice run in there, decided to keep it in, and Lawless said, I'm going to cut you off. And Phil, you know this, as a driver, if you decide to cut someone off, you open yourself up to be spun around. I think they, watch this, early off the corner, you could see Daniel was making good progress. And I thought right there maybe Wallace was going to open up the line. He decided to close the door. That looked a whole lot like Martinsville racing right there. People just trying to sort it out.
Can't really put any blame on Daniel Dye. He was obviously there.
Yeah, and I think that little last move by Lawless, it looked like he was going to get.
I thought he was too. Yeah.
He clearly had damage from earlier in the race on that right side. Wasn't from that contact. But man, they're digging back there for 31st.
Lap off the pace. So a little bit of desperation setting in early.
12 is Spencer Boyd. That is our free pass here.
The nice side of Haley's truck. You get around to that left rear corner, got some issues. I didn't see a lot of smoke, but I think that's enough where I pit.
There is some smoke, especially now with cautions out.
See what happened to Haley.
That was where the damage to the right front of Wallace Allen's truck came from.
Now it all makes sense.
It's all starting to come together.
Yeah. And you know, right now, this is about the time last year that William Byron and Johnny Sauter both came to pit road before the end of the second stage, stayed on the racetrack when the second stage ended, did not pit anymore, and finished 1-2 in this race.
Getting a report from our spotters that there is still just a little bit of weather in the area, so that could really play into why you don't see these leaders doing that right now.
Exactly.
Sure they stay on the track, keep that track position in case another shower hits.
Stuart Friesen's in. Jamie.
And one of the pieces of feedback that he did have for his team is that this truck is certainly better than what they had in practice, but they're playing the strategy game right now. You see him going up to change those tires and top them off with fuel so he can get back out there, but he is happy with what he has under him.
Well, Jamie, you had interviewed Matt Crafton before he got back in the truck, and he said something just was amiss. Something was wrong with the truck. He just brought it down pit road and raised the hood, so still something not right.
Hopefully they were able to diagnose and repair the problem, but I like where Stuart Friesen is right now, as well as Matt Crafton. Obviously, with only 116 laps to go, if we get this entire race in, we know that those two trucks can make it the entire way.
And just hoping for better weather. Keep this thing green. That strategy could work out well.
16 laps to go here in stage 2. Race will be official at the halfway point. 100 laps in. We're hoping it makes it all 200 laps.
Going to choose it up this time by, Jamie. Couple one to go. See if we can get these.
Pretty even last time. Had a couple. Decided to mix it up.
We're going to have a new player on the outside for this restart with Zane.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we saw Corey take the lead from that outside, and Zane's got a fast truck. Could be just what he needed to make that pass. We saw him struggling to get around Corey before that caution came out. Now he's beside him.
Corey Heim had a couple of impressive restarts. One from the top, one from the bottom. See what Zane can do here. Warm those tires up.
There goes the pace car off. Here we go.
Corey Heim, Zane Smith, Kyle Busch, Tanner Gray, Christian Eckes, and Ty Majeski, your first 3 rows.
And pretty much everybody set their fastest lap after that rain delay, too. So, like, they really, the track did not get wet, or they dried it insanely fast.
Turn the favor to win try to grab that second spot back.
And you got to remember, this all could be the race for the win.
Zane falls in line behind Kyle. Zane.
Lap 100.
Gray up on the top. Christian
This is what we're going for right now.
Majeski looks on. And when I say he looks on, this is his view.
That's a heck of a view right there.
It is.
Christian Eckes with that preferred line. He says, no thanks. Tanner, you stay right where you are.
You see how precise Majeski had to be just to try to squeeze in that little hole that was there?
Ty Majeski hasn't found victory lane yet this year, but this is his place. His style of racetrack is what he grew up doing.
Yes, thank you for the emojis.
So excited for his opportunity
100.
tonight. You ride on board and see what he's sitting behind. You need to get down by 1.5.
Oh, that's good news. When you want to get down, you hear you got a gap.
Bolsonaro's getting a little bit impatient with Ben Rhodes and Matt DiBenedetto running side by side.
Matt's going to be able to maybe get down. No, he decides to try to hang on the right side. He's going to fill that hole up.
Matt DiBenedetto, a lot of experience here, but mostly in a cup car. 14 starts here, and this is just his second time in a truck.
Matt's a good race car driver, though, so good retired pro. Tyler Angle, contact from Lawless Allen.
Is that a flat?
Big time.
Oh, that would be it right there. The 16 gets into Chris Wright.
Rajah Caruth at the 24 looking on. Looks like that thing clears itself a bit.
It does. It really does. I don't see the smoke that we saw just a few moments ago. Maybe just a wisp of smoke.
Trucking, hell yeah, Jaden. How you doing?
That's back there again in the 31st spot.
A lot of action the further back you go. A lot of desperation, too, trying to get ground so you don't go a lap down.
Meanwhile, Corey Heim has almost...
Honestly, I hope we can go 200 laps.
There's
Zane Smith.
There's that gap. 5-6 truck link.
April 14th to 15th, 1912. What happened?
Truck link lead over Tanner Gray.
Inching in on halfway. Looked like Kyle might have caught a piece of the wall there.
Oh, tonight is the 111th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. Sorry, Austin, I missed your comment for like 7 minutes, dude. I am so sorry. Like, you should literally come to my house and shoot me in... No, maybe not shoot me. But, like, you should come to my house and, like, smack me in the face for that. Like, that is really bad. I'm a terrible streamer.
But now he's racing against him.
You know, that's crazy, too.
No, I'm not good. Oh, shit. I'm not good, bro. Like, you may forgive me, like, you might not be upset about it, but just, like, the fact that I'm that terrible is not good. Like, Stuart Friesen just spun around, and I just missed your comment for 7 minutes. That's a problem. Man.
He was running 19th at the time. Let's see what happened.
Battling with Chase Purdy. Red Holmes, 32. Red and white truck right in front of them. Chase got a little bit loose, and then looks like he...
How you doing, Austin?
The tire went flat immediately, didn't it?
How you doing tonight?
He just rolled up into Stewart's left rear tire and cut it down immediately, as you said.
So Stewart makes it down pit road. That's swapped out.
They're going to stay on the lead lap. 4 laps to go to the end of the stage.
I think this might end the stage here.
We will probably end this stage under caution.
Time stage 1. Looks like this could be his stage as well. Listen to Ty Majeski's.
I'd like to go back racing in this stage, but I don't think so. Maybe 1 lap to go? Oh, yeah, the rain's coming.
Are being used for the pit strategy and see what's going to happen.
And I think the rain just is here. I think I saw.
If it rains for an hour, that'll probably shut us down.
I would think so. I would think, knowing that, I don't see a whole bunch of trucks coming up pit road here at the end of this stage.
I think I saw a raindrop. I think this is it.
So if we do get rained out for the evening, well, NASCAR can call it if they need to. Otherwise,
Yep, we're about to be at lap 100 and the end of stage 2, so the race would be official, or it could be if it rains, and I think I saw some raindrops on the lens. So we're about to cross lap 100.
Quite the adventure today.
Not definitely the end of the race, but it could be.
by the way, Bobby Labonte still here.
You know?
Yeah.
Bobby's watching and learning.
Two of the best.
Or do they have to complete lap 100? Or do they just have to cross the line to start lap 100? Or do they have to complete? I mean, it's the same fucking thing. If they started, they're going to finish the lap, so.
Tomorrow for practice and qualifying. Hi, Bobby.
Bobby has a race tomorrow.
Picking up any tips from
He's racing tomorrow.
I'm racing up so much tips from y'all. I'm not sure I can send the rest of the night.
Look at all these notes we got. Look at all this stuff we know.
Take that with you. Hey, Bobby races in Hickory, North Carolina tomorrow night.
So, Bobby, you're racing, and then Sunday, big booth appearance.
Yeah, I know. It's a big weekend for me. I'm not sure what to do with myself.
I love the fact that you still race.
Got your camper up on the back straight away, right?
Yeah.
It's the 11th, Corey Heinze.
Feeling lucky today? Feeling real lucky right now. Real lucky. Okay. Well, hope I take a chance right here. Give it to me. Let's go. Okay, you just save fuel.
Save fuel. That means we're not bitten, buddy.
Yeah.
We're feeling lucky, Scott Zipadelli says to his driver. Green, white checker comes out. It is the end of stage 2. It's also the halfway point of this race.
And you know, if you're feeling lucky, that means the rain's going to come. You're going to win this race. But if you think about the movie,
So Corey Heim wins stage 2.
I was just talking about.
We are past halfway. The race is official.
He was able to put it around Kyle on the outside and gain control of this race, and he's been able to hold it.
All right, so pits are open this time.
I don't see a whole lot of activity from these trucks running up front. Maybe some of the trucks toward the back of the lead lap may come in with really not much to lose.
Oh, Christian Eckes, who has a win in his pocket, he said, I'm going to take a chance here. That makes sense, right, Phil? But the weather looks like it is closing in. So it might
As of now, the ship has been sinking for 45 minutes. Titanic hit the iceberg at 10:40 p.m. Eastern and will have completely sunken under the water completely at 1:20.
Well, one of the complaints that Christian Eckes had was that he was free on entry.
Well, where was the Titanic? Like, where did it happen?
Pits are open. They said, why not?
Because it might be a
He said,
different
"They've already got
time
a win on the
zone.
year. Maybe the rain doesn't make it. Maybe they get to keep going. And either way, they're going to learn something. So it's going to be 4 tires of fuel for Christian.
definitely going to get to see a restart, I believe, when this rain gets here. It looks like it could be 10 minutes out, as we heard one of the crews discussing. Max Rapids had all kinds of issues since this race started.
He's got a passenger on board now as they look underneath the hood. That's too bad.
Changing ignition boxes inside the truck. I'm sure he'd probably be doing some wiring outside in the engine compartment.
We're going to have to hustle here to get back on the road without losing a lap. Looks like they're going to make it.
Mechanics are incredible at what they do. The things that they actually can do during
Look at that.
stop. Look at that.
Yeah, how about that? That's teamwork right there, wasn't it?
And guess what? He stayed out ahead of the rest of the field.
Stayed on the lead lap, but look at the...
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, I think it'd be a few hours ahead.
This is some WWE stuff here.
They're coming.
Watch out.
Out you go. And then he just squeals the tires.
I'm glad he didn't let him go, because if he let him go, there was another truck coming. There it is right there.
Yeah, let me get out of here.
That was great.
I'd love to see some little green flag racing here.
Would you like to see Corey Heim trying to hold off Kyle Busch one more time?
Yes.
Me too, my friend.
That, and like to see some of these drivers that came to pit road on this caution, see if they can make their way back towards the front.
So Corey Heim trying to get his first win of the year, his third career win in the Truck Series. Then you have Kyle Busch right behind him, who's trying to get win number 100.
200 miles off the coast of Halifax.
Which would be huge for his organization. Talking about it for a while. So a lot on the line.
Yeah, 2 of those wins were by that driver. It's in front of him right now. Corey Heim
There's Zane Smith, really fast truck running right behind these two, and we've seen how good Tom Majeski's been all day, and Tanner Gray.
Can we go back racing? It seems like the story of the truck series is here. Like there's been like a few races where it's like more caution laps than green, or not more, but like.
Kyle chooses to stay on the bottom.
Well, no, at Daytona it was, and then in Atlanta I think it was like 41%. And then last week I think it was also like 41%.
And it's such a huge advantage when you're at a short track like this because you have so much torque in second gear because of the rear end ratio that you have that it's such a huge advantage when you're the
Okay,
guy
I guess we are going back racing.
It's different.
This could be for the win.
At a mile and a half, you don't have
There's the rain's coming.
gear. It makes a huge difference. You don't have that torque that they do when they have such a low rear end gear.
I think the question mark is the man starting on the outside of the front row, Zane Smith. He came on strong. So what can he do here? You know you're racing the weather at this point. We made it to the halfway point. Corey Hine, once again with a great restart.
Well, that weather coming, you think these bumpers will be used a little bit more, Michael?
Kyle's on the inside of Zane for second. Ooh, good straightaway for Zane. Can he shut the door?
Well, he wanted to in the first way.
Still side by side, and Zane gets him.
Wow, great move by Zane.
Got a lot of good bite up off the corner off of turn number 4. Just enough to get in front of Kyle.
Ty Majeski digging on the bottom.
Carson Hocevar was looking to the bottom there. Are they going to force themselves 3 wide? That's next, I'm sure.
William Sawalich, that one. Ooh,
ping pong ball.
hard
Look at
contact.
Sawalich. Is he going to save it? And he saves it. Heck of a save for the rookie making his Craftsman Truck Series debut.
That was incredible. Carson tried to get low, and William was there, and he just about turned him around on the straightaway. That was big contact.
And boy, the bumping and banging is certainly commenced now.
So much.
Watch this look into turn 3 as Carson Hocevar starts to heat up Tanner Gray, and then Williams Sawalich gets to the bottom, and watch this.
Turn left.
Yeah, big move to try to block him. I don't know if he didn't know he was there, but that was aggressive.
Look at that driving. Keep it straight.
Little assist for Carson.
Caution is out once again.
Rain. Oh no.
Wow. Things have really taken a turn for the worse.
Have a hole until the last truck, middle of the back.
He had the free pass,
Yeah.
brought it down and pitted. Then he was speeding on pit road, and now he's spun and brings up the caution.
Being shown a lap down right now.
Hearing that Rajah Ruth will now get a chance to be the free pass and get back on the lead lap. Hop on board this 43 truck and see if we can tell what happened.
At the line now. You need to maintain as much pace as possible for these guys dump each other and hang on to it here. Hang on to it. Keep it running if you can.
Keep pace and...
Go on, but get a caution. Come on, get it going, get it going, get a caution. Come on, go, go, go. Clears are coming. Good split around family. That's what you can here. They're waiting on you.
I'm not sure he had it in first gear. It sounded like he was still in neutral.
Corey Heim is reporting a lot of rain, no caution yet. Well, of course, Corey Heim is.
He changed. He didn't miss a beat.
He had to change directions 2 or 3 times, but he made it happen.
Kevin Hamlin, a former racer himself in the Xfinity Series. He's a spotter for Alex Bowman on Sundays. Malazzi getting a push. All right, 112 laps in. We're going to step aside while this caution remains. We'll get back to green flag racing after this.
Probably not.
Because tomorrow, the real deal is back with a new season of the USFL. Reborn from the OGs. The hits, the picks, the dimes, drive so long you have to stop for gas. This isn't some Hollywood knockoff. This is driving USFL prime time football. Just ask these guys.
You better recognize the real.
Except no substitutes. The USFL new
Rain about
season
5
begins
miles
tomorrow
away.
on Fox.
Next red flag will likely end the
To
race.
celebrate our return to the NASCAR Truck Series, we're offering racing fans different.
Yeah, let's just fucking stay up till like 3 a.m.
Because teams can count
I don't
on
give a
Craftsman
fuck.
tools to get the
I'll
job
do it.
And now you can too. When you take advantage of the Craftsman deal of the race, you'll save on the tools that'll help you power through your projects. And this deal, well, it's going fast. So scan the QR code now to get the current deal of the race.
The deal of the race brought to you by Craftsman.
Out here, you're more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a landscaper, a hunter. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get
Oh no,
more
there's
out of it.
yeah. Let's just stay up all night. After 4 a.m., there's no rain.
The roar returns.
So let's just stay up all night.
To the Monster Mile, where teams roar, where the fans in the fan zone roar, where champions roar, where tailgates roar. Feel the roar. Be the roar. NASCAR roars at Dover Motor Speedway, home of the Monster Mile, April 28th through the 30th.
Welcome back to
Rain.
Martinsville. As you see there, rain is starting to fall. Not too heavy, but it's still falling. And we're under caution here for the 5th time. So what's the race leader?
Are they gonna go back green?
Radio.
Rain's coming down hard now, boys. No way we can go green right now.
Are they going green?
I would say the same
NASCAR.
thing if I was leading.
Oh, silly old
Let's
NASCAR.
just not.
If they
we
go
don't
green
want to
here.
mayor. We don't have to give him too many chances at us.
Kyle said the
Yeah,
track's
pace.
fine. Let's go racing.
They're going racing.
Boys want to race it out here.
If Zane can launch at the same pace that Corey Heim does down on that bottom.
A little bit of sprinkle's not going to stop us. 86
Green
laps
flag.
to go. Green flag is out.
Oh, you silly old NASCAR. Making dumb decisions all the time.
Just about at the start-finish line.
They were trying to be
3 wide. They are 3 wide.
3 wide on the exit of turn.
Oh! Oh, there goes Carson Hocevar. Caution.
Hocevar with contact. The caution is out once again.
It looked like he was trying to wreck. I think it was Taylor Gray.
Either that or his left rear was down.
Maybe so.
Just couldn't hold on to it. But they were ping-ponging off each other all the way from the time the green flag fell.
Our scoring monitor is showing Zane in front of Kyle Busch.
The scoring monitor is showing Zane Smith as the leader.
This is coming up to the movie Holland 3 wide.
There goes probably that tire. That's kind of a dive at him too, I think.
But the tire was definitely. I think Dean Thompson go down pit road to miss him.
This started as soon as the green flag came out, Phil. They started bouncing off one another going into turn 1.
To the left of your screen, you see Taylor Gray in the 17 drive up beside the 42 Hocevar. They're going to make a little contact. That's Matt DiBenedetto on the outside.
We're being told NASCAR is going to hold the 42 Carson Hocevar for 2 laps for that incident right there.
It's not going to matter because we're not going to go back
Yeah,
green.
you got to give him a bit of benefit of the doubt because the left rear being down, but it certainly looked like what you said, Phil, that he just had enough. Taylor squeezed in there into turn 1, bounced off him a couple times, and maybe that's all Carson could take.
Short track Friday night racing. Isn't this what we said? You get frustrated. It's been a long day.
We're almost in the short track Saturday morning racing. This is fun. I don't think I have a better way to spend a Friday night.
We're late here on the East Coast, but we're prime time on the West Coast. So we hope you're all enjoying this truck action.
They put Kyle back in front of things. Kyle will hold on to that second spot.
Kyle will have to make a decision again with the way that Corey Heim launches that restart that he gets. Does he just pull in behind
Corey Heim is
to
the
make
leader?
sure that he doesn't lose that second position? Because that 38, Zane Smith, is a really strong truck. And there you see, just slowly, methodically, Heim
Majeski. Just keep the pace with these guys, looking for a slip. Just any slip, and the 98 will be right in there with them.
Let's just go back racing.
Majeski is average.
He did it already. He's fucking... Clearly NASCAR doesn't give a shit, and neither do I. So let's just go back racing and kill everyone. All the drivers just fucking crash.
Save a little fuel there. You heard him shut the engine off. Remember, these trucks up front pitted on lap 37 when we went from wet tires to dry tires. That's a little outside the window if this race goes the distance, but we've had so many caution laps since then. There's his finishes this year. You see the first finish all year, 11th at Atlanta. Everything else, top 6 finishes, including that run.
This windshield's very wet.
Can't get a whole lot better than that. Still looking for that win, but the consistency and what this team has been able to do. Jamie.
Well, we had questioned all of the trucks that made that last pit stop back on lap 67, which is the top 14 right now, and whether or not they can make it to the end of the race on fuel. I'm hearing that all of them are about 18 laps shy at the moment. Now, that's without us staying under caution and the sprinkles that are falling. So teams right now staying out because they're waiting on the rain. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. But at the moment, they cannot make it the full race distance.
Yeah, we've had 51 caution laps since everybody came down and changed from wet tires to dry tires.
51 caution laps.
Talk a lot about weather apps and radars, and that's what's going on mostly right now down on pit road, trying to make that decision. You can see still some showers in the area.
Seems like everything that went by us hit us here lately.
Says it's pouring out there.
It's the weather. It's purple, according to Corey Heim, not just green or yellow.
All those spotters standing out on the roof.
I wonder if we called him on the radio and said, "How bad's the rain? What kind of response do we get?"
It's pouring out here.
Tony Hirschman is spotters probably saying it's pouring up there on the stand.
Let the rain go, so I don't understand what we're really doing right here. It looks like it's a small cell. It might be moving out quickly, but our radar shows it's a pretty big cell.
Yeah, theirs does.
Yeah, 100%. Probably bigger than anybody's, I would think.
You can see a lot of rain on the windshield there, but this track stays relatively dry with the rain.
Hi, Doggins.
Just sprinkles. Concrete dries really quickly.
Hello,
the heat of the
Doggins.
trucks and the tires keep it raceable. I think.
Heat of the
That looks like a
Doggins.
lot of moisture on the windshield.
He needs to engage his windshield wipers.
Exactly, he's got a wiper there.
I wonder how good those work.
They work a lot better at 35 miles an hour than they do at 150 miles an hour. We've seen so many over the years on the road courses, and wipers would be standing in midair because it wasn't even touching the windshield.
But I mean, just for theatrics, if I was Corey Heim, I'd have my windshield wiper.
Yeah.
I want everybody to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw Dane Smith down in Dayton married to an umbrella. So I wasn't even raining anymore.
Freddie Kraft there on the left.
Those spotters,
Look at that rain up there.
yeah. Well, some of them are. Someone said it's dry. It's not hardly even raining anything.
They're arguing with each other.
If they don't argue with each other in person, they argue with each other on their podcast. This started the season. Dane Smith with a big 3-wide move to the bottom, take control of the race. As the rain came, we had a lot of weather in our first race of the season. Rains come, rains go. There's the umbrella that he didn't never put down, even when it wasn't raining.
I think they carried around the truck.
The next day, I think he was carrying it the next day.
They will be bringing the trucks down single file. Maybe we'll see that little umbrella. Maybe.
Yeah, this is it.
See what NASCAR wants to do here, but it's
And they're
certainly
stopping the
harder
race. So that's probably
with
it.
the last cell. But again, we have those rain tires. We've seen them work already. We could do it again. 77 laps to go. It's been all about Corey Heim tonight. Won both stages. He's led 80 laps, the most laps here. and the most laps ever in a race for him.
He doesn't want to talk about rain tires at all, Jamie.
No, he doesn't. He wants to talk about that clock. Let me take here at this end. Corey Heim, 20-year-old from Marietta, Georgia. And a veteran crew chief and Scott Zipadelli. They were paired up in the off-season for this venture. And Scott's been around a long time, but he's really excited about this young man.
Oh, I am too. This has been fun to watch. Just the clinic. I mean, perfect on the restarts, driving away from the competition. He's done it all tonight.
Beat Kyle Busch.
Toe-to-toe with Ty Gibbs in the Art Menard Series a couple years ago. Won 6 races that year, finishing second to Ty in the points.
Well, and his story goes back just a couple of years ago. He was jumping around in the Arca Menard Series. He raced, I think, 3 different cars, 3 different numbers in the season part-time. And he put together such a great run in Kansas that Toyota took notice, and they called him, and they gave him a chance in the Arca Menard Series, and he delivered, and he has not looked back.
A little bit harder right now, it looks like.
Rain, go away.
Well, earlier we were able to stay ahead of the track with the track drying team, the Toyota track drying team, but I think we've lost it already now.
Yeah, it sure does look like it.
So unfortunate. Red flag is out. Shows 76 laps to go in this race, but what a valiant effort by all just to get to this point, to make it official. Hopefully we can get back. I want to see what these guys can do. I want to see what the 38 of Zane Smith can do, if he can rally up there and get a second win at Martinsville. Question is, do the drivers start hopping out at this point?
You know, we talk about Kyle Busch at the very top of the show, what all he's done in this series, as well as certainly his entire NASCAR career. In his last 29 races, he's finished in the top 3 26 times, over 3 times, and he's won 15 of those 29 races. What an incredible run he's on.
And that makes even more what Corey Haim's doing tonight even more impressive.
Yes. For sure. Kyle Busch will be in the truck 2 more times this year. That's the allotted amount from NASCAR. They're able to come down to the Xfinity Series. Or
These motherfuckers are
5. So he
ridiculous.
Will be in the next race in Kansas, and then he's running Pocono.
18 different years he's won races in the Truck Series, which is a record.
Let's go.
One of his crew members.
Kyle's smiling. Just wonder what he's thinking. Well, Corey's thinking, all right, get my helmet off. Get me an umbrella.
You know, it's so interesting. We were so happy for the rain tires when this race started, and now I don't know how I feel about it. Do we put them on these guys and make them go out and finish this race, or?
Well, I think had we not done that, had we waited till the track was ready, we wouldn't have been halfway. We would have run the 124 laps or the 123 laps we ran.
And NASCAR said at the beginning of the race they would not run them in the rain if it was raining, which it is fairly heavily right now. The tires aren't an option. They're damp weather tires, and I think the perfect scenario started this race, and NASCAR did a great job of going through with a plan and seeing how these truckers could react, and they did perfectly on those wet weather tires. But now with the rain falling and it getting so late, they might say we've tried hard enough and it could be the end of the night.
Well, and you mentioned it. We saw something for the first time. They actually raced with rain tires on an oval. So what do you think NASCAR and everybody picked up from that? Do you think that this is an option that we may see in Xfinity or Cup down the road?
I think it worked perfectly.
Yes, Michael. And I certainly think it's something we will see. And tonight was a great example of, and Phil said it, we wouldn't be halfway right now. We would still be having to try to figure out when to finish this race. But because of NASCAR's persistence,
it's official.
All right.
Is the winner at Martinsville. He did everything right tonight. The 20-year-old wins for the 3rd time in his career. First time this year Jamie is a happy driver.
For Corey Heim, he said he had no problems on the rain tires. He performed when he needed to, when the slicks were on it, celebrating now. You get the win tonight. What do you have to say to your team?
You know, I mean, this race was cut short, and, you know, I feel like, you know, it's definitely unfortunate, but, you know, I feel like I would have been able to duke it out with Kyle and Zane and then the faster trucks. We're so fast. Just Stu taking a track on garage. Our Safe Life 100 TV Pro is phenomenal today, and I just can't thank David Gillen, Kevin Ray, Johnny Gray, the Gray family for everything they do. I mean, it's incredible the amount of work they put in the past couple of weeks. Just countless hours.
Rain tires were all BS, yeah.
I mean, I just couldn't ask for a better group of guys. So, and just Twitter
well,
racing,
it's
David
damp
Gray,
tires.
Everybody in the shop, just huge thank you.
So Corey Heim wins.
That you talked about earlier today was the fact that in practice he just drove away from you. You said it was humiliating. He's behind you right now.
Well, the rain was going to be, I think, for at least an hour. I think that's what they said. So I don't think they wanted to wait an hour. You know, they don't run it while it's raining. So they only run it after it's stopped raining, and the track is like somewhat dry.
Kyle, a lot of unknowns going into the race. Obviously, you guys dealt with a lot there at the end.
Race is over. Corey Heim wins. Kyle Busch second. Yeah, Corey Heim beat Kyle Busch. That's pretty good.
Short run truck, being a little bit loose that we were and free that we were hoping that would pay off in the long run, and we never got a long run. The longest run of the race was on rain tires, so just did not vote our way today, unfortunately. So you know, the Zuri Transport Silverado was good enough for second. Unfortunately, just never got a long run that we were hoping to get. You know, I felt like we need a 20-lap, 30-lap run. I could see the 11 loose as well, and I was just hoping he'd burn his stuff up and we could get to him.
Thanks, Kyle.
Well, I'm with Kyle. I definitely wanted to see them duke it out and see what they could do, but I mean, Corey Heim, incredible job. Hey, NHRA qualifying in its entirety coming up when we wrap things up here at Martinsville, but we're not finished yet. Stay with us.
All right. So that's where I'm going to end it, y'all. Tomorrow I'll be live for the Xfinity race at, let's see.
Why the long fade? A new season is epic, and you can watch anytime. With weekly themes, New York night, 80s night, Alabama night, and a new twist. Whoa! That will have everyone talking.
What? Somebody's messing with us.
All new Masked Singer, Wednesdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Hulu.
The Xfinity race tomorrow is at 7:30, so I'll be live at 7:15 for that.
Going fast.
And then Sunday I'll be live at 2:45. So yeah, regardless of the fucking barely even racing, good night, fun night, I guess. But yeah, good night, Austin. Good night, everyone, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Girls, pets are a big expense.
Fuck you.